On the actual knee bar finish, couple of things to remember. Obviously, you want to have your pelvic area below his knee, but not too deep, right? Because you cannot be shallow, period, right? If you hear that if you got no leg attack to speak of, he's going to pull that leg out. His knee is below sea level, where I need it to be, above sea level. Okay. If you go to any extreme, it's best if you know, too high. Because watch, guys, if I'm too high, you see there's like quite a few inches, like a good foot between my fulcrum and the breaking point of the knee or whatever, right? So whenever I apply knee bar here, it goes into his butt and hamstring, and it takes a bit of a sting off. He will tap eventually, but it's not an efficient tap. It's not an efficient leverage, and he has got some time to dick around with, right? If I shift this way, which is much easier, right? Guys, from here, you can never advance to sweet spot, but from being too deep, I can hip up a little bit and get right where I want to. Second, hand control. It doesn't matter, all right? The only thing that matters is not to hold his leg by the calf. Or sometimes people have one hand on Achilles or heel and one here. No, no, no. Have both hands on the heel. Whenever you want to open the door, you go by the handle, not the hinges. You can cup your hands. You can figure four, whatever the heck you want. Me personally, and I'm not saying it's the end all, I will get like a rear naked grip and I'll grab the heel. And whenever I do my knee bar by hipping in, I will twist that heel as well to fortify the pressure. Okay? You can go like this, doesn't matter. Note how I lie down on his toes. Raul's got two routes of escape. Well, actually one. Two theoretically, one for real. Okay? If he decides to spin around going towards me, once I catch this leg, remember we covered that, now he's screwed, right? However, sometimes if I lie down like this, if Raul turns away from me and pulls his knee through the hole, now he's out. So that is why I put my ear on his bunion here, right? Or where bunion should be. Raul doesn't have one. Here. Shall he decide to turn away from me, that's a knee injury right here. So that's how I trap him in place. And lastly, guys, leg crossing. Okay? I don't cross like this, right? Not the bottom leg first. There's a huge gap this way. So Raul can insert his foot by my thigh and try to just prop it, right? As he pushes, he pulls the other one, limps up. Like a gas versus clutch, you know, clutch power. Okay. So what I do, I want to jam my top leg goes first, and then here. Now it's much harder to do, as opposed to you crossing your ankles this way. So believe it or not, your legs and arms have assignment. All right, guys. So be on a sweet spot, grip by the end of the lever, however you want. Lay down like a pillow. All right, and as I'm hipping in, right, I don't pull, I don't extend, I hyperextend. Okay guys, so I showed you braking mechanics on the conventional side. So what I'm saying is this: if I do a submission knee bar on Raul's right leg, I should be on my right shoulder, or right side rather, like this, right? But sometimes, let's say I got here to back step, and maybe he knocked me down this way to unconventional side. So two things happen. Number one, he cannot triangle his legs, right? So that defense goes out the window for Raul. As opposed to here, if I sleep at the wheel, if I do not control the heel, he locks it up and defends the knee bar, then I have to exercise something else. I've got game here, I got answers, but he's in contention to defend himself. So if you want to execute the guy, maybe time is a factor. Maybe you only have 10 seconds and you don't have 10 seconds for extra setup to ankle lock or get to the settle. All right, so guys, sometimes you fall here on this side. And what happens, however you cross your ankles, it's almost irrelevant at this point. What happens, you see again his butt cheek and his hamstring exposed. So often you hip in and you just stretch this out as opposed to actually hitting the knee. So once you fall to unconventional side, the only thing you gotta remember was the top leg goes right in his butt. That will shorten the lever and will take the flexibility of a hamstring and a glute out of the equation. Here, I can hip in, it's not efficient lever, right? As soon as I dig my heel, boom, he taps immediately. So this is something to remember here.